The front wings on these cars have had to be changed in recent years. They now have a thicker, rounded end plate so they can stand a much lesser chance of puncturing a tyre if they hit it.
Down into first. Second gear. Third gear. Fourth. Up into fifth. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Let me just check how that time compares. He's down at the first split. He's improving on his own previous times, but still down on the qualifying leader. One thing we might see this year is drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more. That's a better time over the first intermediate.
One of the problems the drivers have to contend with is visibility. Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear with the back of their glove or their sleeve. Of course, when it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, up into fifth, sixth, down into first. He's down on the leader at split 2, but his time is quicker than his previous best. no! He must have hit the barrier.
This year all the teams have lowered the driving seat to try and combat the turbulence caused by the driver's helmet, which reduces the efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
That's slower than his fastest time at intermediate 1. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
Your fuel's low! Pit in!
An interesting point to note is that both Williams and Jordan, two of the great innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes.
He's on a fresh set of tyres, which means that, for a while at least, he'll have something of a time advantage over the other cars.
Down into second. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. That's slower than his fastest time at intermediate 1. Up into third, fourth. Well, that's actually slower than his best qualifying lap today.
One unique feature of the Stewart car design is the high side pods on the car and the large turning vanes, which should reduce the amount of debris that is sucked off the track into the radiator grills during the normal course of a race. This sort of accumulation can actually cause a drop-off between 10 and 20% in the radiator's efficiency.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. That's the fastest time over the first sector we've seen today. That's a good second split time. Not the fastest we've seen, but very respectable nevertheless. Second gear. Third. Fourth. fourth. Up into fifth. This is classic racing. That has surely put him on pole. Fifth. Sixth. Fifth gear. Fourth gear. Third gear. Down into second. Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split one. That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best. Barrichello! He probably left a bit of tyre rubber on that barrier. Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1. That's down on his previous fastest lap over the second sector.
When you're driving a Formula 1 car, you cannot be tense. You're strapped in, you feel every movement, you're part of the car, and if you're tense with the car, it slides that little bit more. You must relax and let the car do the work.
Down into first, second. Let me just check how that time compares. He's down at the first split. New safety rules for the design of the cars this year have meant that the teams have had to include a deformable structure behind the gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing. That's down on his previous fastest lap over the second sector. This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1. Up into second. Third gear. Fourth. Up into fifth. Up into sixth. Down into second. Down into first. Let me just check how that time compares. He's down at the second split. Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1. That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best. That's the fastest time over the first sector we've seen today.
Weight is king in a Formula 1 car. Every extra kilo you have to carry loses you about 0.02 of a second per lap. Fuel load, as in the aviation industry, is measured in kilos, not litres, and is precisely calculated to give optimum performance for minimum weight.
That's a Stewart! Well, I just hope he's all right after that one. Barrichello! Oh no, he's in the gravel! I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2.